Look forward to seeing you soon. I wanted to give you this video so that you have an idea of what to expect when we meet together and go over your finances and your financial future and all the things that you're trying to hopefully get answers to whenever we meet. Now, some people have never been to a financial advisor before, and some people have been to what they think are financial advisors who have been just giving them product solutions in the first 5 minutes of sitting down with them, as opposed to trying to understand what their situation is and what problem they're trying to solve. So we sent you some documents to review and fill out and make sure that you bring some of the items that are on those documents. It's going to be very important for us to have copies of your statements from your investment accounts. Some people like to give us a document with just the subheading of what each account is and what type of account they have. That's not very helpful for us. It's much more valuable to have all of the pages of the statements, because that helps us see what type of accounts you have, what the holdings of each accounts are, what fees you're paying in every one of those accounts. And the statements are going to help us be able to analyze those things for you. Now, your tax return is super important as well, because it helps us understand what tax bracket you're in and give you an idea of what tax bracket you should be whenever you retire. And then when we meet on the first meeting, we're going to also spend some time talking about your dreams, what you'd like to do when you finally retire. How will you fill your time? What kinds of things will you want to do with your time? Because from experience, I know that a lot of those things involve spending money. And we need to make sure that we're not just accounting for your basic living expenses, but your thriving expenses as well. How will you spend your time? What will you like to do when you retire? Every one of those things are going to cost you some money, and we need to make sure that you are set up properly for that, that your accounts are set up in a way to be able to support your lifestyle. I've noticed that when we talk about sitting down with you, we haven't talked about providing you with any solutions just yet. Our goal in the first meeting is to talk about what you would like to accomplish in your retirement and how those investments are set up to either help you or hurt you accomplish those goals. I will be spending some time between our first and second meeting analyzing the investments that you currently have and keeping in mind the expenses that you're going to have in retirement as well, with tax obligations and consequences. And then on the second meeting, we're going to talk about how your current situation is either helping you or hurting you accomplish those goals. We might have time, depending on how complicated your situation is, to talk about solutions that we might offer on the second meeting. But we might need to see each other for a third meeting to talk about solutions, because I don't want to get into talking about solutions with you until you and I both understand what you're doing now and what the challenges are with what you're doing. When we finally do meet for our last meeting, that's when I will discuss with you how we plan on helping you, partner alongside you in solving the problems that you face and providing you with solutions. We do not custody any assets at Strong Tower. We use financial institutions like Charles Schwab and Fidelity to hold our clients' assets. We will take the responsibility of being your advisors, but we are not going to hold your funds. We also want to make sure that we talk about what to expect from a fee standpoint. We charge 0.95% on assets that we manage that are over $1 million. Now, of course, if they're over 2 or 3 million, there will be point discounts that we can talk about. And assets that are under $1 million are 1.25%. That includes the fees that Charles Schwab and Fidelity would charge for custodying the assets as well. As far as the holdings go, we like to focus on low-cost index funds, and we like to focus on stocks and bonds, but we don't like to use very expensive mutual funds. Too many research shows that that's not in your best interest, and all it does is just slows down the performance of your portfolio. If you'd like to learn more about that, I'm happy to provide you with a ton of research in that area. Anyway, we look forward to seeing you, and we look forward to going on this financial journey with you.